Good evening from Perth, West Australia for Operation Hindenburg, the Russian Civil War. It is now turn 27.6, believe it or not, and this is turn 5 of 7 for Soviet Russia. So before we get into the rest of my stuff, we will go through the round of event cards. Not many left, so see what happens. All right, that should do it. Let's go with the first card. So Tsarist officers re-employed. All Soviet land units are +1 this attack. Interesting. So I'm not sure if this stacks with my political commissar, which is a +1 for this turn. I'm guessing because it is a random event card, then it would. So it'd kind of add a +2. And maybe that's the state of play towards the end of this sort of conflict where the White Army's really kind of fallen apart and everyone's kind of backed away from their support. So that's all land units, +1. All right, let's go with the next card. British in Central Asia. Britain places 1 attacking infantry and 1 artillery into Kazakhstan, Turkestan, which, oh dang, has nothing in it at the moment. So into here, Kazakhstan, Turkestan. So one attacking infantry and 1 artillery unit into that territory. Marked territory with White Army rondels. Resolve combat. Well, there's no one in there. The British units may not advance further, but may be reinforced through Afghanistan and India. If Britain has withdrawn from Russia, then Kazakhstan, Turkestan is used as a port for a supply path. Okay, so that's kind of like, I guess, almost getting them back into the game, I guess, in some respects. So I'll put that as British units on there now. Certainly something we didn't want to see, such as the nature of these random events. So just checking again, it's Kazakhstan, Turkestan, Kazakhstan. So the British stuff will go in there, but they're obviously under the control of the White Army. So I'll put a White Army rondel on there. It's a real tricky spot for them to be in winter. Yep. So we'll go back to the last card, which we're going to draw. And Germany withdraws. So Germany withdraws all units from Russian home territories and will no longer lend lease to controlled Whites, Poland or Finland. This does not include the Freikorps, where they're gone. If it has been placed, they may continue their recruitment roles unless Estonia, Latvia, and Congress of Poland are Soviet controlled. All right, so it just basically takes away the finances, I guess. And yeah, that's the 3 cards that are being played. So a bit of a mixed bag there. So we'll start with our turn. We have 21 IPPs to spend. With that, we're going to spend 8 on Mount Infantry, 5 on a rail unit. Artillery piece, 2 to repair the rail in Armenia, and then just 2 more infantry for 21. We've got to do our roll for Sweden, hopefully align them this turn. It's not been yet 11, so we're not being that lucky with that. We've got a number of attacks, because it is winter, there'll only be 1 round of combat. So reading into those 2 cards, we're going to, so first of all, actually I'll just deal with the 1 casualty from the last round from Tim. So I'm going to lose 1 infantry there. So that goes from 4 to 3. And we're going to have 1 round of combat from Amir into Primorsky Krai. Not great odds for me, but like I said, we are getting down to the business end of this civil war, so it's a kind of a now or never. All right, so the Artillery will go first strike. There's only 2, so they're going to be bumped up to, even though they're mountains, they're going to be bumped up to +1 with that card for re-employing the officers. So that brings them up to a 4 for those particular artillery units. 1 is observed with a balloon, so that now will be 5. So that'll be the red dice here. And they both miss in any event. So firing back in return, I think there is 5 White Russian artillery, which is including the train. So they're firing on a 4. And they're going to get 1, 2, 3 hits. Ouch. All right, so quite good for them. So I'm going to have to lose 3 infantry, which stings. So that'll be those guys. All right, so let's move on with the rest of the units that are attacking. So there is 1 Cav Cossack, which will be on a 4 now because he's upgraded, even though he's in mountains. So he's on a 4. He misses. We've got 3 mountain infantry, so they'll be upgraded so they're not affected by mountains, so they'll be at a 4 because they've got the +1 for the political commissar and then another +1 for the Tsarist officers. So that's 3 at a 4. And we get 2 hits, thankfully. I'm going to say the Thames probably just going to lose the infantry. It's probably not much point. So in reply, the artillery is already fired, so it's going to be the 2 infantry firing on a 4. And 1 more hit. Wow. Okay, so we will lose 1 mountain infantry. This really sucks, this battle. And that's the end of that. All right, so that's just going to leave him with the artillery, essentially. I'll crack on from there. Not going great over there. All right, let's move right along. All right, so the next battle will be the Battle of Estonia. So we're going to bring everything from Latvia and Petrograd straight in there. So it's going to be 2 Cossacks, a armored car. You probably can't see that with the camera. An armed car and 1 infantry against 1 infantry and 1 militia. And hopefully that'll be the end of these guys. All right, although the way I've been rolling, anything is possible. So we'll go 1 infantry. So he'll be attacking on a 3 because it's going to be... well, actually, he'll be attacking on a 4 as well because it's here's the +1/+1. So he'll be on a 4. The armored car will be obviously as a land unit as well. So he'll be going on a 4. So I'm going to use the blue dice for him. And the 2 Cossacks can be on red dice and they will be on a 5. So 2 of those. So 2, 1 blue, and 1 green. See, there we go. And donuts. Oof, my luck has definitely deserted me. All right, in defense, there's going to be 1 infantry firing back on a 4, but that'll be green dice, and we'll go for the militia, the blue. 1 and 2. And they both miss anyway, so that's the end of that battle. So a non-event there, and they hang on. Oh boy. All right, the next battle is going to be bringing this trench fighter and this train out of Zaristan. Can't see it there, Zaristan, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into there as well. So the train and the trench fighter. So that'll be that battle, just a small one. We'll see if we can knock over that. So we'll go with train. The train will be on a 5 because he's got that +1 for the Tsarist thing. And the trench fighter will be a blue dice on he'll be on a 4 as well. So So a 4 and a 5. So we'll just mark those as a 4 and a 5. So I'll go the red dice for the 4, sorry, for the 5 and the blue for the 4. So here we go. And we got a 1 there. So we eventually got that hit, and the militia will fire back on a 2, and he misses. Okay, so that's the end of southern Ukraine. Slowly but surely trying to stamp out the, although that massive French force is starting to cause me a bit of stress. All right, okay, we're going to now take these 2 trains out of Kiev, and we're going to go 1-2 into Grando province and hope for the best here. So there's no territory penalties or anything like that. The trains will be at a +1, so they'll be at a 5. So 2 trains at a 5. And they get the 1 hit, so in defense, he's got that 1 infantry, and he gets a hit, of course. Wow. All right, so we lose a train. We take Rondo province back from the Polish, and that goes back to Soviet control. Yeah, we lose that 1 train, which is quite expensive. So that's the state of play. And obviously we've got this battle here. So I'm going to bring everything from Northern Caucasia and Armenia into Transcaucasia, where he's just got that 1 artillery. So we'll go for the first strikes first. And so we've got 1, so it'll be a +1 even though it's the mountains. So it'll just be on a 4. He misses. He's got 1 in defense. His artillery on a 4. First strike, he misses. So now the rest of the units. So we'll start with 3 regular infantry. So they'll be firing on a 4 as well, because it's +1/+1. Actually, no, they'll be firing because it's mountains. So +1/+1, so that'll be on a 3. Yep. And so they get a hit anyway with a 1. So it was just the 1 unit. I'm not going to roll the rest, and that's it, because he's already fired that piece there. So all of that stuff from North Caucasia is going into Transcaucasia. And that's finally the end of that chapter. And so going into there, there'll be the 3 mountain infantry, the 1 militia, the Cossack, the 1 artillery, the 3 infantry, and the 1918 fighter in that little zone there. Okay, that's Armenia, and that's there. All right, and I think that's it for battle. Now it's just going to be non-combat and placement of units. Okay. So I'm going to put 1 mountain infantry into Armenia. So he's going to go into there. I'm going to remove that rail damage because that's now being repaired. I'm going to put 1 mountain into Amur. Oh crap. I forgot to rail this and do my non-combat, so I'll just, sorry about that, Tim, I'll just rail that over to Amur. That's all moved anyway. I was just going to move these guys back to Angara, so that's them. Sorry, I go back to placing my last 3 things. So I'm going to stick 1 infantry, put them there. Something in there. 1 infantry into Teridia. He's going to go in there. And 1 infantry into Grando Province. I can't put him into Grando Province because he just captured it. 1 into Eastern Ukraine. And then I'm going to put this artillery into Kiev. And that's everything. I'll just go to wartime economy. I might just move, Tim, so I'm pretty sure you should be okay with all that. If you need me to double check anything, I can do that for you, but I'll just go straight into wartime. So we're sitting on 16 IPPs, then plus whatever this is. Another bog standard 5, so that's 21 again. All right, okay, so over to you. Thanks very much, everybody.